Dolphins are some of the most beautiful, playful, and curious creatures in the entire ocean. These adorable and highly intelligent mammals are loved by everybody and have been known to be extremely curious and approach humans in the wild and sometimes even play with them. So when Chris and I were invited to the Bimini Dolphin Exploration led by Eli Martinez, we knew that this was something that we had to cross off our bucket list and experience for ourselves. We're Chris and Gabby. We're just your average couple with a passion for wildlife. Okay, or not so average. We're professional animal handlers living in South Florida. We work with dangerous animals on a daily basis. Nothing is off limits, and we never know what kind of crazy animal we're going to run into next. Join us as we explore, adventure, and travel to new and amazing places. Welcome to our wild world.
Hey guys, we're here in beautiful Bimini and we are going to head out and see if we can find some dolphins.
As we headed out on day one, it was a little bit dark and cloudy, but the visibility was pretty good. Within an hour, we were able to find some dolphins. These were not the spotted dolphins that we were looking for, but they were bottlenose dolphins. Now, bottlenose dolphins typically are not known to be friendly, and they're usually afraid of people and don't hang around. We decided to try our luck anyway and get in the water with them, and we got so lucky. This pod of dolphins had about 10 individuals, and luckily for us, they were feeding. Dolphins have developed the ability to use echolocation, which is basically like an underwater sonar that helps them see better underwater. Dolphins emit and receive the echoes of sound waves that bounce off any predator or prey item near them in the water. So that's how they're able to locate grass eels that are hiding under the sand, just like they're doing in this video. It was really cool to watch. Some of them even got curious and came in closer to check us out. This dolphin interaction probably lasted around an hour to an hour and a half, and the highlight of it was that we got to see a mom and her baby. All around, it was an amazing first day in the water and an unforgettable first bottlenose dolphin experience for myself.
We just did our dolphin dive. We got a bunch of bottlenose dolphins, one of which was a mom with a baby. How long do you think we were out there?
At least an hour,
At least,
not more.
Yeah.
Not more than an hour.
For sure.
Which is really unusual because the bottlenose never want to play. They always want to kind of stay out. They take off as soon as you jump in the water. But these guys, they were feeding, they were hanging around, they were coming up, checking us out. Awesome.
Unbelievable. I mean, I was down there, it was only about 38, I think is the deepest I hit, right on the sand. And I was getting footage of the bottlenose literally picking eels out of the sand. I mean, just so cool.
One. It's only day one, too. Got 3 more days in the water. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Day 2 took us a couple of hours before we found any dolphins. We actually all ended up falling asleep on the boat while we were waiting to find them. But as soon as we heard the captain yell out that he found dolphins, we grabbed our gear as fast as we could and jumped in the water. I quickly realized that we had found spotted dolphins. There were only 2 dolphins in this group, but they were so playful. They kept swimming around Chris, they were really interested in his camera, and it was just so awesome to watch. This whole dolphin exploration is led by a team of scientists, and it's a non-contact exploration, so you're not allowed to touch the dolphins. We don't feed them, there's no tricks to make them stay. They're simply hanging around because they want to, and they're curious. Being so close to wild dolphins and knowing that they want to play with you is just something I can't even put into words. It is just unbelievable. Although we only saw 2 individuals in this specific group, we suspect that there were more close by. Atlantic spotted dolphins typically live in groups of 50 individuals all the way up to 200 dolphins. This whole interaction lasted probably about 20 minutes, and then the dolphins got bored and headed somewhere else. But nothing prepared us for what we were about to experience in the water on day 3. Heading out on day 3, we hoped that we would find the spotted dolphins again and get an interaction that was similar to the one we had the day before. And within an hour, we found a group of spotted dolphins. Immediately, I was expecting a smaller group of dolphins, like the 2 that we found yesterday. But instead, we found a group with at least 20 individuals. And within minutes, we were surrounded by curious dolphins. Able to swim alongside of these guys without them even being bothered is just so cool and is such an amazing feeling. We probably spent an hour in the water with the dolphins, and as usual, Chris got some amazing photos. All around, it was an amazing day, and we made memories that will last our entire lifetime. Since we had such an incredible 3 days swimming with dolphins, we decided that we were going to do something different for our final day on the water. We went swimming with my favorite animal in the entire world.
So we're heading out now to go check out the stingray spot, try to swim with some stingrays and get some cool shots.
I first fell in love with stingrays in high school when I spent my summer volunteering at an aquarium. I ran the touch tanks, so I got to take care of the stingrays and interact with them, and it made me realize how beautiful and graceful they are and how much personality they have. Although these animals get a really bad reputation due to the tragedy with Steve Irwin, which by the way was a freak accident, stingrays are really gentle and they really don't bother people. It isn't uncommon to find stingrays in shallow water covering themselves with sand, shading themselves from the sun, and hiding from predators. Now, sometimes beachgoers will accidentally step on these stingrays when they're hiding in the sand, and out of defense, they will deliver an extremely painful sting that is said to be excruciating. But stingrays are not aggressive and they don't seek people out, unless, of course, you have shrimp hidden in your bikini. Swimming with stingrays was the perfect way to end our trip, and I can't wait to go back and do it all over again. For more animal content, make sure you check out both of our Instagram accounts. And also make sure you like this video, leave us a comment, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss one of our weekly episodes. We would like to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, Salt Life, for making this trip possible, and to Cressy for sending us some awesome underwater gear.